here? How do we do here? Do I say
Yes, yes,
will repeat or just one go?
One go is fine.
Just one go is fine. Okay. So text number 8. Kamasya nendriya priti labho jiveta yavata jivasya tattva jigyasa nartho yasceha karmadhi. What you are meaning? Kamasya or desires, not indriya, senses, pritihi, satisfaction, labha, again, jiveta, self-preservation, yavata, so much so, jivasya, of the living being, tattva, the absolute truth, jigyasa, inquiries, not, artha, and yaha, cha, yaha, whatsoever else, karma bihi, by occupational activities. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ji ki Jai. Translation. Life's desires should never be directed towards sense gratification. One should desire only a healthy life or self-preservation. Since a human being is meant for inquire about the absolute truth, nothing else should be the goals of one's work. Purport. The complete bewildered material civilization is wrongly directed towards the fulfillment of desires in sense gratification. In such civilization, in all spheres of life, the ultimate end is sense gratification. In politics, social service, altruism, philanthropy, and ultimately in religion or even in salvation. The very same tint of sense gratification is ever increasingly predominant. In the political field, the leaders of man fight with one another to fulfill their personal sense gratification. The voters adore the so called leaders only when they promise sense gratification. As soon as the voters are dissatisfied in their own sense gratification, they dethrone the leaders. The leader must always disappoint the voters by not satisfying their senses. The same is applicable in all other fields. No one is serious about the problems of life. Even those who are on the path of salvation desire to become one with the absolute truth and desire to commit spiritual suicide for self gratification. But the Bhagavatam says that one should not live for self gratification. One should satisfy the senses only in so much as required for self preservation and not for sense gratification, because the body is made of senses which also require a certain amount of satisfaction. There are regulative directions for satisfaction of such senses, but the senses are not meant for unrestricted enjoyment. For example, marriage or the combination of a man with a woman is necessary for progeny, but it is not meant for sense gratification. In the absence of voluntary restraint, there is propaganda for family planning, but foolish men do not know that family planning is automatically executed as soon as there is search after the absolute truth. Seekers of the absolute truth are never allured by unnecessary engagement in sense gratification, because the serious students seeking the absolute truth are always overwhelmed with the work of researching the truth. In every sphere of life, therefore, the ultimate end must be seeking after the absolute truth, and the sort of engagement will make one happy because he will be less engaged in varieties of sense gratification. And what the absolute truth is explained as follows. Okay. Om Jnanaatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Sa Padantikam He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishvanusuta Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nityanamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shanyavadi Pashyati Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Shri Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishna Bhutale Srimate Kadam Kalim Swami Namine Hare Krishna. Dear devotees, look at that. Such a wonderful verse has come up today to open our eyes. Last night when we had this program, one of the Prabhu at the end, he was asking the question about problems of life, problem this, problem that. But it didn't click into my mind to explore the answer more. But by taking the advantage of our today's Srimad Bhagavatam, I would like to open it. See, there are some temporary problems and there are some permanent problems. Because what he was talking about, I understood it was all temporary problem, like short problems. Let's say, example, someone maybe is in a problem that he doesn't have a job. Okay, so it may be your problem, but other people have it. And job is such a flickering stage that today you have for some time, and then you will lose for some time, and again you will get it. So that's not a problem. It may be a problem to you, not to me. If someone is married, okay, it's good. If somebody is not getting married, that's his problem. But there others are there, those who got married. But those who got married, they are also in problem. Okay. And someone is hungry, it's a problem. Okay, for him. But someone who is not hungry, not for him. But if he has eaten too much, then it's a problem for him. So problems out of this material world not actually a problem. Srila Prabhupada and Srimad Bhagavatam, it talks about the real problems are Janam, Mrityu, Jara, and Vyadhi. Taking birth, okay, and dying. And in between, there is an old age. And in between, there are some diseases. Okay. So the problems are not a real problem when they are equal to everybody. When they are there in present, when they are there in past, when then they are in the future. Because no one can say that this is my problem, because problems of your life and my lives are completely different, and it can be solved over the period of time with some material adjustments. Yeah, but the one this four problem that no one talks about. First of all, no one have an access. If they do have an access, they just close their eyes like a pigeon. Pigeon, when he's in a trouble and when he sees a cat is coming to eat him, so what he does, he just closes his eyes and he thinks the cat has gone. That's what we do. We know that. We have heard it. We have seen people around dying and taking birth, going through some old age and disease. All these problems are there, but we just close our eye and we think I have a best place to live, which is America. I have a best house to live. I have a best assets. I have a best wife, best husband, best kids, best health. But how long they will last? Okay, you took birth, you are not the same person. Every single moment, I'm not saying every single minute, every single moment, we are changing. But if that single moment becomes 1 minute, and 1 minute becomes 1 hour, then 1 day, then 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, then to decade. If you see a person being changed in decade, you can say, Prabhu, like, you can go to school and you have seen your friends, and now if you see them after 10 years, man, you have changed a lot. You lost your hair, you got white beard, you know, you got a bit chubby, or you got a bit skinny, and you look so diseased too. Do you have any problem? Because the picture you have, your schoolmates, you all have the same. But when you meet them after so many years, you can see, my God, so much has been changed. But why we are seeing in surprise to him that you have changed? You have also changed. It's not only he has changed, you have also changed. So we are in the same body, but the body is changing. But nobody's talking about that one. And people are thinking, oh, but this is a way of life, the way of life to enjoy our senses. When we were kids, we enjoyed our senses, whatever intelligence we have in our childhood. I just want to get this bicycle, I want to get this toy, I just want to get this chocolate, I just want to get this treat. Because all we have, whatever intelligence we have as per our age, we enjoyed our senses. When we grew up, then we were asking for spouse, male or female. Then we were getting for jobs, There was a goal. I just want to get into somewhere. I don't care for my position. I don't care for my salary. All I want, just somebody should hire me because I'm fresh in the market. But when we got for some time, then we tried to enhance our salary or our profile. No, I just joined as a junior assistant. No, I want to be senior. Then I want to be a manager, then operational manager, and then CEO, and so and so. So Srimad Bhagavatam in today's verse is clearly saying it is not meant for sense enjoyment, which is unrestricted. There are, because senses are there. Senses are like what? In Srimad Bhagavatam, it's been called, they're like snakes. Okay? In Srimad Bhagavatam, if you read in Canto 11, it's been found that compared to eyes, ears, nose, mouth, belly, and genitals, okay, these five senses. And Bhagavatam explains there are one animal or an insects or one species, just due to one senses, they loses their life. Okay, like a moth. Moth is attracted to blue light. If you see in India, in a restaurant when there are flies, okay, they put this electrical blue light, and it's so attractive to them, they just want to grab it. But they have forgotten as soon as they start, they're gonna lose their life. Okay, this is one. And mouth is being referred to fish. Fish likes to eat. Only just one senses. This species has only one senses, which is very weak. Very weak. They loses their life. Fish, what happens to the fish? It likes to eat. But she forgot that there is a bait, there's a hook there. As soon as she opens her mouth, try to eat it, and suddenly the fisherman just hooks up. She loses her life. And then deer likes to hear the music, and he get attracted just by hearing, and he just moves around, and he forgot there is a hunter who is just want to capture him. And then our senses, elephant. You know how the big elephant has been tracked? Big elephant, the male elephant has been trapped by she elephant. Okay, there's a trap, and it's been covered by some green grass or some light wood that no one can. But that the way she has been trained, she goes and she touches her body with the body of a male elephant, and his senses get wild, and he wants to enjoy the she elephant. So she just try to allure him, and just run a bit faster, and she chooses that path where there's a trap. But she's been trained so well that she surpasses the trap. But the elephant is so blind to enjoy her, he doesn't turn, he just goes straight and bang into the trap. This is just only one senses. Bhagavatam is saying, but the human, all the five senses are wild. Their one senses were wild, so they lost their life. But ours, being as a human, all five senses are wild. Eyes, wild. Ears, wild. Nose, wild. Tongue, wild. Belly, wild. Genital, wild. All the senses are pulling us. So where is the question that we can survive? The Bhagavatam is saying, please do approach in a very gentle way, in a very dharmic way. Okay, be your activity regulate. We like to eat because enjoying, as soon as you are like, it says, Ananda Bhayo Abhyasas. The spirit soul likes to enjoy. If there is no enjoyment, Prabhuji, then why would you go to the job? If there is no enjoyment, why there is a cooking? If there is no enjoyment, why there is a house? If there is no because enjoyment drives the spirit soul to do some certain activities. So the driving force is there, but the driving force has to be regulated, like a fan. Okay, now we are just transiting from winter to summer. Okay, now we are feeling like yesterday it was quite hot. Okay, we turn on the AC, but can we turn on the AC on a full extent? We will freeze. So what we do regulate in a certain way where we don't feel too much hot, where we don't feel too much cold. So where the body is in the right temperature, so we can survive. Okay, we like to eat food, but eat food in a very regulated way so you don't get disease. It's been said in the Ayurveda, people don't get disease by living empty stomach. They get disease when the stomach is stuffed up, filled up. Okay, it's 100% tank is there, a small belly, the tank is there. It's been said if you are hungry 100%, eat only 50%. Leave 20% air, leave 25% for water. so it can digest. But if you fill up too much, what will happen? There's no room. There is no room. So the movement can digest. That's how people are having so many constipation problems. So everything has to be regulated. Okay, if you enjoy, have a wife, have a husband, be a very certain or dharmic life. Lord is saying, Dharma aviruddhya kamo asmi. That marriage life is not against dharmic principle, which is people are following their dharma. Because we need progeny, and that's how the progeny comes out. You know, all the progenitors in our Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, and early of the creation, they did follow. This is a process, but it has to be followed, and it has a great purpose to fulfill. If, as I said yesterday, if that purpose is not fulfilled, then who are we? We are like an animal. Okay, we do have a car, and very expensive car, very advanced car. Okay, when a person like your son, maybe in few years he's going to get a license. Okay, and whenever you like you were also there, I was also there. When you get on a machine, then what you want? But due to your lack of experience, you just want to pull the accelerator. Yes. That much that you want to enjoy. Yeah, I'm so fast. I'm so fast. But in that enjoyment, there is a great danger. First danger, if you will crash with somebody, you will lose your life. If you are okay, the other person will lose their life. If you both are okay, then you are broken. So the broken life is even more painful. If you see yourself, your legs are broken, you are on crutches, your hand is broken, your head is, there is no eyes. Without eyes and proper peace in the body, a person looks ugly. And then you cannot enjoy your other activities with your full extent. Suppose if people have a passion to play guitar, but he lost his finger during car accident, he has a subtle desire because his passion, that is hobby, he wants to do that. But what can he do? He can just only cry and suffer by living because he just lost his hand. And if he wants to play soccer, and if he wants to do ski or something, whatever hobby he has, he can't do all those things. Ask those people, those who have stomach problem. Okay, they when they see their other family members like to enjoy and they're eating in front of him pizza, pasta, and many other good delicious things. But due to the restrictions by the doctors, that if you eat all those things, you're gonna lose your life. He's suffering. Certainly, he's suffering. His hands are there; they are just going to grab it, but he has to think 100 times. No, if I don't do that, then no, I have to suffer. That's why I say, if you want to enjoy in a very decent way, so you can enjoy forever, like till the end of your life. See, if our parents and grandparents, I have seen it because every now and then I have to visit dentist due to my some karma thing or whatever it is. But I have seen that my grandma and my great grandma, they all had teeth. They all had teeth, and even though if the teeth are falling, they never been to any dentist. Yes. I said, how come we are being so sophisticated? Every second month we are visiting doctor. What are the activities are they doing? They didn't have fridge. Okay, they didn't have any heating thing. Nothing. The life is so simple. Life is so simple. They just lived forever, and they were living for longer because everything is a transition. Like example, when the season changes, when season changes, season doesn't change over the night. There is a slow transition. Yes. Like now we can see there was a because I'm from New York, and the New York freezing cold there. Okay. Now every day we just check. Oh my God, when we gonna get the hot weather? When we gonna have a warm weather? And slowly we see it just turning from 9 degree. Or today it's a bit warmer. How much? 10 degree. Yesterday's was 9, now it's 10 degree. And there's a transition. After 2 days, is 13 degree. It's a slow, that is giving indication to the body. I was in Australia, in because Australia weather is completely opposite the weather of other world. Yes. Like if I see America here, if it's cold here, it's summer there. If it's summer here, it's cold there. So I was moving in August. August is a peak period for the cold there. I mean, it's a cold winter time in Australia, and the degree was two degree, 3 degree temperature. Okay, I took my jacket on, I took my everything on, and I just sat on the plane and I was just transiting. It's just a matter of 14, 15 hours. Okay, I was transiting, and as soon as I got up at Delhi in August, how much? I thought 45, 50 degree. First of all, it is Delhi. It is a weather, it is a summer. Top of that, it's a summer of Delhi. And top of that, there are factory and warehouses and all the pollution. It makes more heat. And I had to remove all my jackets, and I was just only in my t-shirt. But I was sweating like a pig, continuously sweating. I had to wipe up because I was thinking. First of all, I was just traveling. But what happened as soon as I just got up that evening, I felt very badly sick. Because here is 2 degrees Celsius, and here is 45, and is a huge difference. 35 degrees just in 14 hours, body got shocked. Doesn't doesn't handle it. That's why everything has to be relative. Prabhat is saying, yeah, body is consists required, some kind of a enjoyment. But if you go excessive, what will happen? You will bleed. There's another example to understand. If I'm sitting here talking to you, and I have an itch here, you know, some kind of itch happens here, you do. But if that itch is only for a few seconds, like I'm getting itch, I just did like that, and I'm okay. But if I'm continuously itching for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, what will happen there? It will start bleeding and it will turn into a wound and turn into disease. So if we have some certain activity in terms of to enjoy our senses, if you do a little bit, that's okay. Like if we are practicing Vaishnavas, okay, we are transiting from our material enjoyment to spiritual enjoyment. So that transition, don't expect it's going to happen overnight. As I say, the example of shifting from Melbourne to Delhi, and there's a huge turnover. If you do huge turnover, then neither you can enjoy material life, neither you can enjoy spiritual life. So the slow transition is there. If somebody okay need a phone, okay, let's take it. Phone will not damage you. If somebody needs a wife or a husband, okay, get a proper dharmic way, get a wife, no harm. But as Prabhupada says on Bhagavad Gita, if a person turns into illicit, which he definitely need a different partner every day, every evening, every night, or every morning, then it's a disease. It will turn into disease. Eating little bit, he knows I can eat after 6 hours again, after 7 hours again. Body handles. But if he stuffed up every time up to here where he can't breathe, he can't just walk, what will happen to him? I've seen this example. I got this realization in Delhi when I was coming out from airport, and every intersection to spend 10, 20 minutes, 10 minutes because full packed traffic there. Okay, there is a ramp, a pull is there, a pull, and there's a transition like that from downward to upward you are going. Okay, there was a three-wheeler, auto rickshaw, three-wheeler, empty. He just gone very quickly. It was struggling because when you go upward, then you struggle a lot. When it's like straight and neutral, you can easily go. But he was okay. He was struggling. Like usually, if you go on a fourth gear, third gear, you can go it. But there is another three-wheeler. He was loaded, not just loaded. He was loaded extra because India, that's what we do. America, they have a limit that much ton you can carry, and your stuff has to be covered with a tarp. Yes. Okay, you cannot just overflow. But in India, if you see, there is a truck, and you can see another truck because it's not another truck; it's another extra load. And we have seen the truck is not going straight, truck is going like, and you can feel, man, it's gonna be just fall anytime. And if that truck is just going upward, how much load it will there on the truck engine? The life will reduce. I saw this second auto rickshaw, he overloaded so much that he was driving on a gear one. And as soon as he was done, I can see the engine was crying. Engine was completely grand. That's what we are. If we have a decent which has been recommended by the manufacturer, okay, this auto rickshaw can only handle 5 kg load or 1,000 kg load maximum you can put it. Then it's a decent way, and the life of that auto rickshaw is longer. But if you stuff up with the overload so much, first of all, Like that path on the road, it's not straight. It's ups and down. It's ups and down. And when you go, even though if you are going downward also with that heavy load, how much pressure is on a brake, or maybe sometimes brake fails and you're gonna bend somewhere. That's not this life is. If you go in a very smooth way, neutral way, everything is in a regulated way. So what will happen to us? We can go for longer period. But if it's too much of roller coaster going higher and down and higher and on, the body and our senses, everything will be damaged. And there is no question we can have a peaceful mind or peaceful intelligence. We can inquire about the absolute truth. Because if we regulate our life, then there is a question. Okay, okay. People are sadhus are talking about something about spiritual truth. Krishna is the spiritual truth. But to understand what do we need? We need the association of the devotees. Yes, it's been said in Canto 1, in the same chapter, it will come. The Shushrusho Shradhanasya Vasudeva Katha Ruchi Sayan Mahat Sevya Vipra Punya Tirthani Sevana. That by hearing properly in the association of the sadhu and by serving them, most importantly, by serving them as a householder, it's very important duty to invite Vaishnavas at home, serve them, and in their association hear about Lord and inquire some question. So because by serving them, what will happen? Shushunu Shadhanasya. Then you get the quality what they have. The divine instruction, this divine knowledge of Vedic scriptures. If you chant 7 o'clock Guru Puja, it's been said, Divya Gyan Hirde Prakushito. Prakushita means manifest. This divine knowledge is being manifested. Then how does it manifest? The Vaishnavas and the Guru, they manifest. But how do they manifest? By serving them. Tadviddhi Pranipatena Panipashrena Sevya Upadekshanti Te Jnanam Jnaninam Tattvadashya. Bhagavad Gita 4.34. It says by serving the devotees who are free from all the papas, okay, by serving them and submissively, not in a challenging way. How did you say that? No, right? Serving and humbly requesting them. Okay, Prabhuji, Mataji, I didn't understand this point. Do you mind explaining it to me? And by seeing your service attitude, by getting pleased by your service, and by the way you are asking the question, by that mood, that humility, they will impart the knowledge upon you. By their blessing, the Divya Gyan Hriday Prakushita, that Divya Gyan comes over there because in spiritual life, you cannot gain the knowledge, cannot at all. You cannot gain the knowledge by reading books after books. The knowledge is being, the bhakti part and the knowledge of divine instruction is being transferred from the heart of a devotee to the heart of other people. You cannot just go and buy it. If you really want to buy, you need to buy it through your humility, through your service to them. Otherwise, there is no question. And by following their instruction. If you say, Prabhuji, I want to serve you, but service does not mean buying clothing, buying toothpaste or a phone or this and that or giving some donation. In this way, you cannot buy bhakti. How can you buy? I mean, how can you serve them? The real service to a sadhu is whatever he says or she says in the lecture, you just follow it and try to apply in your life as per your lifestyles. Because we cannot apply immediately. Srila Prabhupada, when he met his spiritual master in one go, the first day, what he said? Go to Western world and preach. Go to Paschatya Desh and preach and give the message of Mahaprabhu to them. So what did he do? He just left immediately because he was the householder. He just got married some years back, and he had 2 small children, and the wife was still pregnant that time. Okay, and he was thinking, how am I going to do that? Should I immediately leave? But because he heard the word of a pure Vaishnava, of his Guru Maharaj, it was somewhere in back of his mind, it was just running, running. So whatever he can do best by living in his household life, he did his best. He invited all his senior God brothers, sannyasis, God brothers, Okay, he opened his house. Sometimes he was hiring a hall or something just to he can have a big gathering there. Okay, he was buying all the fruits. Prabhupada was not a businessman. He was purchasing everything, all the bhogas. So they were cooking also, and they were distributing prashadam. He did whatsoever being into his particular householder life. So as it was unfolding, and he found that no more my householder life is favorable to my spiritual life. What he did, he gave option to his wife, tea or me. She says, tea. She thought, Prabhupada left. She thought, in the whole life, Prabhupada, whenever have an argument, with his wife, he always leave. And after 1 month or 10 days, 20 days, again he comes back. She thought, tea or me, but tea, okay. Then she had no realization whatsoever. This was the last time she's going to see her husband. Boom, Prabhupada. That's what it is. We need to find, because everybody has to think according to their situation. How can I do the best of my life? It says, use best use of the bad part for me. So whatever, because your situation completely different. Even though you are husband wife, still your situation is different and his situation is different. Mine is different. Those who are online, they are different. So by hearing this, now you need to do some adjustment. I am a husband. I have to go to work. I have to take care of my family, kids, and everything, support them. Still, I have to live my spiritual life. Some years back, I was not somebody's husband. Some years back, I was not somebody's wife. How come suddenly this identification just sit on my head? Husband, no, wife. I have to play that role. That is there. But where is that cap of being a devotee of the Lord? That cap is right in the first cap, but that cap has been hidden by many other caps. But that cap is hidden, and that's why we cannot see in the mirror that I'm also a devotee. That part is completely been declining slowly, 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 slowly. And then one day when it is not in front of eyes, it says na, in English, um, out of sight, out of mind. So when it is not there in front of your eyes, you go, oh yeah, yeah, I have to do this task. That's why people just leave a to do or posting. Yeah. They just write something at 4 o'clock. I have to do this and stick it there because the memory is so short. Yes. Memory is so short. Or sometimes they just put it in front of the mirror or maybe at the gate, at the door while leaving. Oh yeah, I have to take this. And they have to go there and pick it up because this is a short memory. Parayana alpa ayushya kalo yasmin yuge jana manda samanda mateo manda bhagyo padhita. The software has been downloaded in our Kali Yuga body is that it's very short memory. Whatever we hear, we just forget. Earlier time in background ages, people used to call Shrutidhar. This was just here one time because they were so absorbed, they have nothing to do. Just they are here to listen to their Guru Maharaj. It's just there, they listen, and everything is been captured forever. There's no notes, no iPad, no recording, video, audio, anything. And the way they hear, they speak out in the same manner. No addition, no subtraction. But we add so many things, and you say, Prabhuji, did I say this right thing? Sometimes hearing question itself is a challenge. You just heard the question for 1 second or 5 seconds ago. If you have to repeat it or rephrase it, the meaning comes somewhere else. Just in a short period of conversation. So where is the question? That's why Vyasdev is so smart that he can see the future because he's what? He's a literally incarnation of the God. Okay. And he just wrote it down. Okay, you read again and again, you read again and again. Every day you read. Because why? If you see the Maya, the material world, until unless you don't buy the project now, the Maya is so smart. She's keep projecting on you. You have to buy this. You have to buy this, like that. During some sales season, you can see the billboards or the newspaper comes here. The latter advertisement, magazines comes here or on your phone on a YouTube channel. There you buy one fridge, you get another microwave free. And you are just driving, you saw, okay, it is there. You are just driving, and then you saw everywhere so much projection, buy. So, oh man, I'm so bored, why I have to buy, let's go and buy. You think, let's go and buy, and you'll be peaceful. By the time you buy, you see that advertisement is not there, and you realize, but I don't need it, why did I buy it? You just end up with all this frustration, you know. Like my wife, many times when they see, this, if you buy this fridge on Christmas Day, you can save $400. It used to be $1,000, so you can save $400, but on Christmas it is on $600 sale. Okay, you just go, hey, let's go, let's buy. We can save. What can you save? Oh, we can save $400. You are not saving $400. You are spending $600. If you don't see the advertisement, 600 plus 400, so $1,000 are saved. But you just only saw 400. But who is saving? You're not saving. You're paying 600 from your pocket. You can see the trick. So that's why we need to be very smart enough. The only things we keep in the house, which is required and which has been used in the service of the Lord. Otherwise, just keep the place empty. We don't need to fill it. We don't need to people. I don't know why people are thinking that we need to, as soon as we got the big house, big hall, or big, auditorium, we need to fill it. You don't need to fill it. When I go, I'm not saying to you because I have come here, but in India, if you go, people have got like big houses, big bungalow, okay, big room. Okay. If you go there is a where you keep the cups, plates, everything. What do you call that drawer? Yeah, showcase. Showcase. You showcase is there, and you have seen. Oh, we ordered this from Thailand. This dinner set. Okay, this is all there. But when did you use? Good question. When did we use this? And when we gonna use this? Because whenever guests come, we offer them stainless steel plate or something there. So when it's been going to use, it's been there forever. Since we bought it, it is just there. And we never open it just for the decoration. And to show whom? To show the people that we just gonna only once in a year or maybe hardly once in twice a year. And even though the dining table is also there, it is just only we just eat on the floor. Because only just have, so the senses are so wide, eyes and only need, because when we go someone's house, we see they also have it, we can also have it. Don't need it. Your story of your life is different, his is different, mine is different, others are, they all are different here. Okay, we need to be very smart enough. Is it going to be used in Krishna service? When you come into that mode, really we don't need it. I tell you one example. In America, Canada, and Europe, or Australia, or maybe all the Western people, because India is a land of spirituality. You know, youngers, like youngsters, those who have some kind of sukriti, they go to India, they go to Haridwar, Rishikesh, Banaras, and many other places. They take photos because by seeing the simplicity of that country, or the simple lifestyle of the people, they are immersed. Okay, they want to take the photo. So the one person, he just went to the cave, saw sadhu. You were just taking pictures. And in the cave, what can you expect? Right. What are the things are there? What are the things are there, Rohit? Yeah, wild animals or in the cave. Barely nothing. Oh. Only just a plate, yeah, a glass or a bowl, chanting bead, or maybe a diya, or maybe just a chadar just to sleep. Yeah. Something, or maybe a pair of shoes. Chappal is there. Not maximum that. He just went there and he took a picture and realized. He says, Sadhu, can I ask you one question? He says, yes, please. He says, where is your, household or appliances and many other things? Your paraphernalia, no bed, no fridge, no plasma television, no iMac, MacPack, whatever is there, nothing is there. He says, oh, very good question. He says, sir, where is yours? He says, I'm a traveler. I'm just traveling for 2 months. So whatever I need, it's on my back. That's all I need for my traveling. And Sadhu says, I'm also traveling. Whatever I need to survive, I'm just carrying with that, man. I don't need it. See, I'm also traveling for last 6, 7, 8 days. I have just a small bag. I'm not saying it's me, but if you also travel, the paraphernalia you have in your house, as compared to your traveling, packing your bag, what is there? Nothing. Just a one suitcase, because you are a family people, you have your wife's clothes, children clothes are there. So one or two baggages are there. That makes you travel to India. But if I ask you to take all your altar, couches and mattresses and everything, can you carry? You only think we are going for how long? Few months. A month or a few weeks or a 2 months maximum. So according to that, you pack your bag. I need 5 sets or 6 sets. Okay, there is a marriage, so we need a special cloth. Or if it's not, we can buy from there. Yes. Instead of carrying from here to there and paying for the heavy luggage, we can buy from there. Not a problem. Okay, you only make a plan how much you need. So why not, Baba, in spiritual life? Why don't we make our lifestyle in such a, what do we need it? Okay, if we need something, when do we need it? After 5 years. We'll buy after 5 years. Why to buy now? Why to stop at the house now? Why to stop? Why to give pressure to our pocket? Keeping that showcase with cutleries, you know, person first has to buy it. And buying those showcase is not expensive. 5 to 10,000. Okay. And to pay that money, what you have to do? Extra work. You have to work. Not just work, extra work. If you need to have any additional luxury in your life, you expect, with my this decent amount of hours working outside, it will not work. People do what? They take extra hours, working on the weekends, working maybe couple of hours late in the night, so they can make a plan. Okay, I'm making a plan. We are going for a trip. We are going to India. Okay, we need to spend money because people expect you have come from America, so you have bought me some jewelries, watches, this that. Because everybody has their needs, demands. It's not need. First of all, there's no need. Demand is there. I need Apple phone, Apple this and that. And of course, they are nephew, niece, and out of love, you show them, because that's how the household life is. So we give them just to make the relationship in the world going. Just keep doing it, but in a very intelligent way. Makes sense? Just keep only those items regulated at home, because when the time is there to wind up, you don't have to think it. You don't have to think it. Just take a one truck, fill everything. Sometimes people take five trucks. That is not the value of the product. It is a that much cost on the transportation from place A to B. And then selling itself is a headache. Then you ask some householder, Prabhuji, would you like to buy my couch or just take it? Sometimes people take, not even take free also. Yes. Prabhuji, what I'm going to do, I have already have this home. So what do you do? It is a brand new, and you are in a need just to move from here. You can't even sell it very quickly. You just dump it outside, and somebody else come and take it. But and then the same couch you buy over there. Mhm. Make sense? It is just a trick of the mind. Losing money, losing energy, losing time. So we need to save our time. It says here, na, human being is meant for inquiring about the absolute truth. Athato Brahma Jigyasa. Last time we were talking about Athato Brahma Jigyasa. It's saying, who is the absolute truth? And then there is a further detailing over there. Reading. People think I am the absolute truth. More ignorance. I am the absolute truth. My wife is absolute truth. My husband is the absolute truth. My children are absolute truth. Those absolute, who is absolute? By spending reading time. If you have to build a relationship with somebody, you have to spend a quality amount of time with them. So Lord is there because we have forgotten our relationship with Him. If we don't spend our time with Him, then how our relationship will develop? You cannot have a good relationship with somebody that if you're gonna meet the person only once a week, or once in a month, or once in a year. If you really want in love with somebody, you have to spend an hours and hours with them, hear about them. Like a girl, when she gets married, when she doesn't know anything about her husband, so what she does when she goes to home, she inquires from mother-in-law. What does my husband or your son likes? Oh, he likes halwa, he likes this and that. Then she inquires from whom? Her sister-in-law. What does your brother like? And then you ask from your brother-in-law. And then you ask from father-in-law. And then from your husband. You also ask about the like and dislikes of your mother-in-law, of your father-in-law. My mom, she doesn't like this. Never do that. You will get just right. So if we are in a relationship there among our family members, so much inquiry is there. So much. So when we want to know if we have no knowledge about the Lord, what He like, what He doesn't like, so what we do? We do whatever. Sadhu Sangha. Either we ask for them, or either they have left a note somewhere. I like this. I don't like this. This book is like that. I like this. I don't like these things. So by reading them, by associating them, by serving them, we get all the information where we can regulate our senses. Eyes likes to see. So just keep those eyes as the Lord. In Canto 1, the further I think is 14, 15 chapter, it says, if those eyes are not seeing the Lord, those eyes being considered as what? The plumps on peacock feather. Just a decoration. It has no use. Because the eyes are given just to take the darshan of the Lord, but instead of take the darshan of His devotees, because they both are equally powerful and they can purify us. Because when we see the Lord, like when a knife is being dropped on an apple, who cuts? Knife? Apple cuts. And when you drop an apple on a knife, who cuts? Again, an apple cuts. So when we see the Lord, when we take the darshan of the Lord, by seeing the spiritual form of the Lord, divine form of the Lord, our existence has been purified. And it is not just you are seeing. When you come in front of the Lord is also seeing you. When He sees you from bottom to top, then again He are purified. In both ways. So what is the problem? Not to coming singing and just hearing. If you don't hear about the Lord and His devotee, they are being just like called the snakefuls. If the snake holes means who will go inside? Snakes will go. And when it will go from here, the snake has to come out from somewhere. It comes out from the mouth. And when it comes out of the mouth means what? Poison, spitting poison. That's what we do. Criticize him, criticize her. If no one is there to satisfy our senses, we are ready to split the fire and a poison. That's what is happening here. Is saying the leaders must always disappoint the voter by the not satisfying the senses. It's been said that's where the world is fighting to each other. You don't satisfy my senses, I'll burn you. I'll destroy you. That's what is happening in our current scenario. Only just by the word. Poison comes out. That's what's happened. So if the hands are not there, what's the point of those hands? Okay, if the legs are not there, what's the point of the life? If you cannot just go to the temple of the Lord or go to the sadhus, those who are talking about the Lord. So we need to just take the advantage of this, beautiful book where it's been said, Krishna Sudhamo Upagate. Krishna has left the planet and Jnana Karma Adibhisaha. Jnana and Karma Adibhisaha. It just went Dharma, not Jnana and Karma. Jnana and Dharma Adibhisaha. Knowledge and the religious principle has gone along with the Lord. Kalau Dasha Isanesha Purana Ko Adi Noditaha. So in this day age of Kali Yuga, what will happen? Srimad Bhagavatam will act as a torchlight in our lives. So what we do the torch? Do we keep the torch in the back? What we do? We keep at the front. That's how we walk because the torch is showing you the light. We just walk like that. So never keep the torch in the back. Always keep at the front. So because with that light, you can cross over this material world. Because this material world is darkness. It's complete. If the sun is not there, if the light is not there, it's completely darkness. So who's gonna show? Srimad Bhagavatam will show that. And Prabhuji was telling, last time the problem. Solve the real problem. Jana Mrityu, Jara Vyadhi, or any even the local problem. I'm saying this is an international problem. It's not international, but what do you call it? This is, yeah, you can say international means like, it's a permanent problem of this material world. So the intelligent, like, there's a very beautiful story of Srila Prabhupada. One time Srila Prabhupada was in India. I think it was Juhu or I don't know, it was in Vrindavan somewhere. That a famous magician of India, P.C. Sarkar, in his time, because Prabhupada was quite popular, and that time, then he just wanted to meet Prabhupada, and he came to meet Prabhupada, and Prabhupada was taking malish, body massage. But I said, okay, like, come at 4 o'clock, and then we'll talk on, and we just want to see. Then he showed some photos that he was doing this and that. Prabhupada said, okay, he says, "Ki, you have a Western shishya, and you have some Gurukuli people, like, kids small, just for their pleasure, because some entertainment is there. And if someone can say, oh, Prabhupada, Maya, he's just seeing, watching the magic and this and that. No, if by watching certain things it doesn't destroy your spiritual life. But what is the beauty of a very advanced Vaishnava? What he does, anything material, he turned into spiritual. And if the person is not expert and is like that, then he will turn anything spiritual into material. The Prabhupada was so, they said, okay, please come and show. Then he came and he was doing all sorts of things, taking the coins, you know, disappearing it, appearing it, and then kids like to enjoy it, and they just want to see it, and then everybody laughed. Prabhupada laughed, everybody, because he was very famous. PC Sarkar was very famous. Okay, and after that, Prabhupada told him, he says, hey, I'm a greater magician than you. First of all, he's very popular. He's doing international show. And Prabhupada is, and he's got shy, and everybody was looking at Prabhupada. What he's going to say now? He says, I'm a greater musician. Responsible, okay. Would you mind explaining it to me? He says, can you disappear? Janam Mrityu Jara. But that's old age and disease. He says, no, 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 Swamiji. Swamiji, that I can only just disappear watch and coins and your hat and handkerchief. That's max I can do. Prabhupada, that I can do. That thing I can do. He says, yes, Prabhupada, you are all time great. So please, follow and read Prabhupada's instructions and an association of his sincere followers, and then we can see we are okay. Okay, any questions? Thank you. Hare Krishna devotees, anyone has any questions?
Harsha all goes to Prabhupada. Thank you for wonderful class. Prabhuji, one question, I don't know is it right or wrong. So when Srila Prabhupada's Guru Maharaj told him to go west and preach in English, and Prabhupada took it by heart, but it took 42 years.
Yeah.
To come to USA and then struggle and preach.
Yeah.
He's our eternal leader. So Prabhuji, when our Guru Maharaj says, okay, chant 16 rounds and nicely, sincerely.
Yeah.
So already it's gone for 5-10 years for me, or it can happen. So if I really think that, okay, Prabhupada took 42 years, probably in 30-40 years, I'll become to perfection.
Okay.
So because my Guru Maharaj did not give any other service, because he knows very well that I'm not that in platform, but that simple instruction also not following accurately, or could not make it, even not trying hardly. So if it takes longer, and I can say, oh, Prabhupada also took long time. So I'm not sure it's the right question or wrong question. In that sense, where I'm falling, like.
Okay. So Prabhuji, first of all, we never ever compare ourselves to the great souls. Okay, because he took time, I will take time. Maybe he did in 40 years, I may also there, halfway through or just about to be 40 years and stuff. Prabhupada is a very special soul, or any personality who has done a wonderful service in the society, current society, or in the pages of Srimad Bhagavatam. We can only inspire, take inspiration. Okay. And second thing to understand the point is that there are certain instructions are common in general for everybody, and there are instructions is being told to a particular devotee to do a particular task, not to everybody. And when that instruction is being imparted to the disciple, so there is a preparation to do it. Some instructions are very easy to follow. It can be done in a one day, or it can be done in a 1 week, or a 1 month, or a year. But some services requires a longer preparation. If you read Srila Prabhupada Leela the first volume of Prabhupada Leela, what is the title? The title is A Lifetime Preparation. Because it's such a heavy duty, you are going to deliver the Western world. If you're going to deliver a Western world, do you think you can just be trained, or you can deliver them just in your 1 year training or 2 years training? No, it's not possible. When a soldier, when he's going to fight a battle, and that battle is a serious game, you're going to lose your life. So do you think his 1 week training, learning the sword and borrow, like bow and arrow and other shield, it will save him? He requires an immense amount of experience. He required immense amount of practice. If he has done practice so hard, like my childhood, Prabhuji, it was spent with army people, because all my friends, their father, they belong to all armies. Someone is captain, general, lieutenant, brigadiers. They were all there. So I used to go to my friend's place. Okay, his father was a captain, and he told me a very good thing, because we were having a conversation. He says there is a training in the army. And what is the training in the army? They say when you sweat a lot in the training, then there is a less blood will come out in the war. Point to be noted very carefully. If you have trained enough under your teachers or guru, so it will be easier to fight against Maya. Okay. If you have sweat enough during training, so there's a less blood will come out in the war. That's why training is so hard. People don't like to get trained. People don't get like, Prabhuji, you are so strict on me. Prabhuji, you are this and that. You are so. Okay, because the battle is there is no excuse. Roshi, I'm breathing, please wait so we can fight again. No, as soon as you just little bit lose in your approach or your defense, they will chop your head off. So you need to be increase your stamina. You need to increase your stamina. So some service required small amount of time. If there is a serious job, and it requires what, a serious amount of practice, and serious amount, because your experience, by your good amount of your experience, you win the war. Bhishmadev, how many fight he fought? He was 350 years old. He was the oldest person. It was there in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. And top of that, he had a boon. And not just a boon, he had his own skill, because he fought thousands of fight, not just with humans. He fought with his own Guru Prashuram, and he defeated him also. And he fought with other heavenly planet people. So much experience, so much knowledge, so much everything is there. Then there's nobody can conquer him. So Prabhupada is over there. He's just teaching us to go for any bigger project. You require a good amount of experience, a good amount of your spiritual strength. That's why Prabhupada always emphasize, make sure you keep your existence pure. Your speech should be pure. Your practice must be pure and honest and sincere. And your eating style, your sleeping style, your talking style, your thinking style, everything has to be pure. When the purity is there, then when you go and preach, then people easily take up the process. And plus, it is also the blessings of the guru, because guru does not give any personal instruction, or very, very loosely to everybody, because he's so powerful in his spiritual vision. He can see who can follow and who cannot follow. I tell you one example of my life. One of my god brother in Australia, Melbourne, I was serving my spiritual master and a lunch on a lunch. He came and he says to me, "Ki, Prabhuji, I just want to meet Guru Maharaj." Guru. I said, "Okay, I can ask him." Then I asked Maharaj. I said, I don't have a time. Only time I have on lunch. So just ask him. I will eat. He can sit there, and then we can talk. So he came and he was pouring, as a family man. What can we expect? when they meet a sadhu, they just want to tell all their history, but they have done it. But to Guru Maharaj, I lost my job. Then again, I got my job by your blessing. Guru Maharaj, I got a new house. Guru Maharaj, my father is sick. Guru Maharaj, I have to pay so much loan. Even the salary is good. All the problems and this and that, all that. And then he says, Guru Maharaj, give me some personal instruction. Guru Maharaj says, just chant Hare Krishna and do some service in the temple, and whatever time you have, you can go for preach. That's the only thing. And I don't know, Guru Maharaj, give me something personal something. And I'm like, just chant. Just because you're already telling so much problem on your in your life, wife is not cooperating, or she's also sick, father is sick, loan is there, children's school fees are there. You're already telling God. When he left, Maharaj told me, he said, what instruction can I give to him? He's anyway struggling to manage his whole day of his married life. Okay, he has to pay the loan, cooperate with the wife, and the kids' school fees is there. Father is sending money to India, and thought of that, if he want an extra burden on himself, but then when the time will come, I will tell everybody to follow certain things. But he's not up to the standard. First of all, if I tell him if he not follow, that's another offense. And second thing, if I give him, it will put him a pressure on his head. Oh, Guru told me to do that. Guru, no, I have to do it. No, certain service require a eligible person to perform it. We cannot just ask any, because we are saying my Guru Bhai, he's been so popular on Facebook and television, comes big man, he just shakes their head. I am sitting in a Tampa, Florida, no one knows me. You know, when the right time will come, Krishna will do some arrangement where service automate. Even though chanting Prabhuji Hare Krishna sincerely itself every day 16 rounds is not a small thing, it's a big circus. Why the Prabhupada says pick up your quality, chanting 16, even the one round, even if you want to try, just chant 11 rounds and hear the just chant 11 times Hare Krishna mantra and try to hear 11 times. What is the quality of a chanting? When we speak Hare Krishna mantra, we must hear every single word. So are we hearing every single word? By the time we find out, our 16 rounds are finished. So if this one task is not happening properly, where is the portion of pouring out many more tasks on there? So Prabhuji, just have patience. Even though if you really want to have something, every Guru Maharaj, they give so much instruction through their lectures. One time, my spiritual master told me, many people are coming end of his life and they're asking him, Ki Maharaj, personal instruction, person. Maharaj saying, all my instructions are there in my lecture. And all our my instructions are very personal. You just grab it, what fits to your lifestyle, and you apply accordingly. That's what it is, Guruji. Okay? Mataji, you're asking some question. I can ask you some question. Okay. If someone is there online, anybody has any other question? Anybody has any other questions?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and
I can see
Bhakti.
you, but I can hear your voice.
Thank you so much for the wonderful class, Parabrahma Prabhuji. Thank you so much for telling us how to lead our life with regulation. Prabhuji, my question is, for newly coming in, we need to regulate. But as we progress, shouldn't we completely be absorbed to try to get completely absorbed in the sense like if you're pre-diabetic, they tell you don't take any sugar, but we'll say, okay, I'll have one gulab jamun. But then if you take one, you'll want to have one more. So what is the better strategy, Prabhuji? Is it to try to regulate or completely stop?
Prabhuji, see the example you gave, that's a sweet.
Yes.
Okay. So the certain things are not really required. So what is required to completely diminishes is what? Prabhupada says, I have conquered, okay, sensual gratification because now I'm a sannyasi. I have conquered some point of my hunger. All I need is a little bit of a sleep. He conquered everything. To come to a big stage, there are some small stages are there. Okay, and a good amount of practice is there. I mean, by eating your extra sweets, you're not gonna fall down. Krishna is not saying, "Oh, you have eaten sugar, extra salt, extra." No, you regulate because everybody body and their liking and their nature are completely different. You may like to eat sweet, maybe I don't. I like to eat something salty, maybe you don't. So this is not the focus of our life. Our life is in any situation, are we thinking about the Lord or not? Eat sweet, think about the Lord. Don't eat sweet, still think about the Lord. So meditation on the Lord, okay, on His holy name, preaching, reading books, they are more important. Others are like just like material Prabhuji designation. They are all temporary. They come and go as per the rule. Even though if you like it, eating sweets, good enough. But if you don't regulate, then who will? Doctor will regulate your habit. He will tell you, sir, congratulations, you got the diabetes. Okay? And if you keep eating a lot, then what will happen? If you have to live for another 20 years, you will only live for 2 years. Then you will be forced to follow the instructions of the doctors. So better to regulate. Eat small amount and live throughout the whole life. Or if you want to just stop up in a one go and just die in just 2 years, it's up to you. Because body had its limit to handle anything, either sweet or salty or oily or anything. That's why people say just eat, sleep, or do whatever you want to do. Okay, in a very regulated way where you can keep your body and soul together and do your service to the Lord. So service to the Lord, chanting, reading, these are our main goal. Not just eating sweets and other things are not our main goal. I hope you got the point. Yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Anybody else? Okay, Madhavi has one question we can take.
Yes, so in this technology world, like the sense gratification is very prominent, but especially like everybody has the access to internet, Wi-Fi,
Yeah.
and especially kids and even adults and parents, everybody.
Yeah.
So the sense, your main topic was the sense control.
Yeah.
So it's very hard, even though we give instructions,
Yeah.
we hear the classes,
Yeah.
and we try to control ourselves. That's a self restriction. But when we see somebody is not like maybe a family, like is it better to guide them and instead them, or like we have to first take care of ourselves, and because if we give some guidance to others, they are not in a position to take it.
Yeah.
And they are not following also sometimes.
Yeah.
Because they know that it's not good.
Yeah.
To watch phone always, to
Yeah.
keep the phone always, to watch some shorts or something.
Yeah.
Something, but they're not in that position. I don't know like how to explain, but how can we explain to our family members or maybe friends or kids or something, like how we need to make them to.
But Bhagavatam says by giving them the higher taste, the lower taste will go away.
Mm. Yes.
Makes sense?
Yeah.
By giving them the higher taste, the lower taste goes away. And there is a transition. There is a transition you cannot expect over the night. Because it took us so much time to understand this point. So it is a duty, even the Bhagavatam is saying, even the general people will not follow your instruction. They will not follow. Okay, because they are being dumb and they are being uneducated or living in the Maya for so long, not only just this lifetime, billions of lifetime. So still it is a duty of the sadhu, keep reminding them. I gave the lecture, I just gave the example about that Maya Devi. She projects so many things in our mind. You need to buy this washing machine. So there is an advertisement on a YouTube, and there is a letter or a magazine, in our letterbox, and there is a when we drive the car on the road, we can see all those advertisements on a big billboard. So it's projecting and hampering in our mind a lot. So what we do? What we do?
We need to control so what is required.
Yeah. So when with the higher taste, he said, do we really need it?
Yes.
No. Because you are also living in the world, and sadhus are also living in the world. How they can control their senses and we are not? Because we are not trained up. So the training is required, education is required. With the knowledge is called a sword. With the sword of knowledge, we can cut anything of this material world. So if you've been educated, like if the person, you can say your son, so now you are going to grow up, you are going to get the license now for driving, and I won't be there always sitting next to you. So make sure you drive within the limit. So it is a duty of the parents to educate them. But if you don't do that, you will get fined, you will get tickets, or you will hurt somebody, or you will hurt yourself. So this type of knowledge will be, maybe he will not find, he will be loose. Like, when mom is not saying, and there's no police and cops, it is right, night. So who's watching me? Let's go. Sometimes we do it, we just drive fast. Okay, but we need, not all the time. Not all the time. So we need to think what is the danger to do this activity. So if you have been educated enough, trained enough, then there won't be any problem. Why people are putting themselves in the danger? Because they are ignorant. They don't have a knowledge about, if I'm doing anything excessive in my life, there's a danger. So if they get educated, oh yeah, and if they will not follow you now, maybe in the future they will do a good amount of failure or experience in their activity. They will say, yes, Mataji was telling me for last 2 years, I don't have to do it. Oh, now then slowly they will come into track. I mean, how do we got here? When we sat first time in the lecture, did we follow everything? Nothing. First of all, nothing went inside. Everything was bouncing. All we want, I'm hungry, I need something to eat. So by eating the prasadam and associating, or by hearing something, not 100%, even 1% we heard, it's a great improvement. So we need to know that we cannot expect anybody just to change their life over the night. We didn't change. If we did change, then why we are still in this material world? Billions of lifetime, unlimited lifetime, we are here in this material world. So now some point for some good thought, good fortune, our fortune has arisen, now we are changing, but still we are also struggling. Education is very, that's why Prabhupada saying Nityam Bhagavad Seya, Abhadrani. So all the inauspiciousness is there in the heart, it will go away. Nityam Bhagavad Seya, by serving the Vaishnava every day, and by serving the Srimad Bhagavata, means following the instruction and applying those in our life, because application has to be there. Knowing is not enough. Some transformation, some practical application has to be there in the life. But otherwise, how will we know that this statement is true or not until you face in your life? Okay.
Sure, definitely.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Pad ki jai.
Yeah.
Grace Param Brahma Prabhu ki
Yeah.
jai.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hare. It's your night. You sleep well?
Okay, devotees.
You sleep tired? For long driving?
From Shilas Prabhuji, would like to.
Yeah, that's probably. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. We'll just sing a quick bhajan and Prem Dhani prayers. We have been singing Nama Ramayana by Lakshmanacharya to prepare ourselves for Ram Navami coming up on Thursday. So let's sing the Kishkinda Kanta today. It's a single verse, so we'll quickly complete that. This bhajan is in Sanskrit. राम राम जय राजा राम 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 जय सीता राम 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 जय राजा राम 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 जय सीता राम हनुमत सेवित निज पद राम नाथ सुग्रीवा भीष्टत राम गर्वित वाली संहारक राम वानर दूत प्रेषक राम हितकारा लक्ष्मण संयुत राम 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 जय राजा राम 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 जय सीता राम. Hare Krishna. Translation. O Rama, whose feet were served by Hanuman, O Rama, who granted the wish of Shugriva, who is always offering obeisances to him, O Rama, who killed the haughty Vali, O Rama, who sent out the ape men as his messengers in search of Sita, O Rama, who stayed with the favorable Lakshmana. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for the opportunity to share the Kishkinda Kanta of Nama Ramayana. And now we can do Prem Dhani prayers. Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivajacharya Stotara Shata Abhay Charnaravinda His Divine Grace Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. ISKCON BBT Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivajacharya Stotara Shata His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Thakur Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Aneka Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। वृंदावन धाम की जय। मायापुर धाम की जय। जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। गंगा माई की जय। यमुना माई की जय। भक्ति देवी की जय। तुलसी देवी की जय। समवेद भक्त वृंद की जय। हरिनाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदी हरि हरि बोल। All glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. Mao Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatharine Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Mande Sri Gurum Dinataranam Sri Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Ishwaram Guruve Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namah हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेशा गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते तप्त कांजन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाचा कल्पतरूपश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, have an amazing Krishna conscious Sunday. Hari Hari Bol.
Hari Hari.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
So what will you do?
Mumfiras Prabhuji ki jai.
Jai.
Hari Bol.
Dandavat pranam.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Om Sri Vilas Prabhuji ki jai. His Grace Param Brahma Prabhu ki jai. All devotees ki jai. Shri Prabhupada.
Jai.